Hi everyone. So today I'm going to be talking about a Barbra Streisand album. So this was one of Barbara's early live albums from 1972, and it was called Barbara at the Forum. So this was when they were doing this big concert with not just Barbara, but Carole King was there and James Taylor was there during their separate concerts. So Barbara was there. They were raising money for Montgomery to be president. He was running against Nixon. Of course, we all know Nixon won. So, but they were still doing a good thing. But anyway, the first song on the album is Sing, Make Your Own Kind of Music. And this is one of those medleys that she did. Sing, it was that song from Sesame Street that she talked about. After she sang the song, she said, "This song was my son's favorite song from Sesame Street." Make Your Own Kind of Music was from Mama Cass Elliot. So Mama Cass did that song previously, and then Barbara attached that Mama Cass song onto Sing. And then at the end of the song, she was like, "Yes, Sing was my son's favorite song from Sesame Street." And then she's like, "This is one of my favorite songs." And then she goes into Starting Here, Starting Now. And that is so pretty. That's really gorgeous. Really gorgeous to hear sing that. Really nice. Then she did Don't Rain on My Parade, which, is from Funny Girl and everything. She did that beautiful song. Then she did kind of a monologue, which was interesting, because in this monologue she kind of pretends like, or she kind of actually does, smoke weed, so Barbara would never like do that now on stage, of course not, but back then, it was more cool, I guess, to smoke weed. So she was smoking weed on stage. She was talking about all these things that people do to calm their nerves when they go on stage. She said, like, some people drink, and she was giving the reason why she can't do that. She's like, some people take pills. She was giving the reason why she can't do that. And she said, I think we need to face our problems head on. And then she takes a big puff of weed, apparently. And the audience goes crazy. So, that was an interesting thing that she did as well. Okay, so then the next song is On a Clear Day You Can See Forever. That song, that beautiful song from that beautiful movie with Barbara. And it's really very nice, really very, very, very gorgeous, and really puts you in awe when you hear that beautiful song. Okay, now this next song is my favorite song on the album. I love it. I love it. Sweet Inspiration When You Lead. It's a medley. So Sweet Inspiration is part of it. And Sweet Inspiration was done first by a band called the Sweet Inspirations. And in that group was Cissy Houston, who was Whitney Houston's mother. So that's really cool. So that's kind of a tie-in to her. So Cissy Houston did Sweet Inspiration. Barbara did it. Tacked on to Where You Lead, that song by Carole King from the Tapestry album that was so great and wonderful. And Carole King was actually there performing, so it was pretty cool that she was doing one of her songs, and it was so cool. Barbara really had an amazing delivery in that song. I loved it. It was just really fantastic. The background singers were on point, and just everything about it was just great. I loved it. Love Sweet Inspiration When You Lead. That's really fantastic songs. Okay, so then there's Zenwi, and that's very gorgeous as well. A lot of people say this is really the highlight of the whole album for them, and it's just very, very beautiful. It's a very beautiful song. Then she did My Man, that song, "Oh My Man, I Love Him So, He'll Never Know," from Funny Girl, which is very pretty as well. And then right after she did that, she kind of did an audience poll where she's like, "How many people want me to sing Secondhand Rose?" Clap. So a few people clapped, and then she's like, "How many people want me to sing Stony End?" Clap. And so the crowd just went wild, you know. So that was cool. So Barbara sang Stony Ends. That's the word she chose. And the cool thing about Stony End was it was actually written by Laura Nero, who had her own career and was fabulous in the 60s and 70s as well. Okay, so then there's Sing Happy Days Are Here Again. And said she did Sing again, and then she tacked to it onto it. Happy Days Are Here Again. To kind of like show that, my governance is the way to go, kind of thing. So Happy Days Are Here Again. So then she did People, and before she did that, she kind of mentioned how we were all raising money for McGovern and everything. So that was wonderful and everything. So that was cool. So The Forum was an excellent album. I love this album so much. This and One Voice are really excellent Barbara live albums that I just really favor a lot in Barbara's catalog, a whole lot. The album cover is really nice. It's got a drawing of Barbara, very talented drawing of Barbara. The artist was very talented. This was before they had AI and all that stuff. And digital art even. They didn't even have that. It was just a drawing, a real life drawing, and it was really nice, really realistic and beautiful. It says Barbra Streisand live concert at the Forum at the top with a little track listing kind of thing. It's just really nice. Now, there's also a bigger picture of this. It's a full-size poster that of this picture where it shows, her whole body like sitting down, and that's nice to look at as well. But yeah, the Forum album remains like one of my most favorite Barbara live albums out there because it's just really fantastic. All these songs are really good. Really amazing songs, and it's just a wonderful, wonderful album. I know you'll really enjoy listening to it. It's really fantastic. And it's kind of underrated. A lot of people don't really too much talk about the Forum anymore, but I loved it. I love it still to this day. It's one of my most favorite Barbara live albums. It's so great. Love the Forum, absolutely love it. But anyway, thank you so very much for listening to me talk about Barbra Streisand's live Forum album. And I do intend to do some more of these later on sometime. And I'll see you next time. Bye.